Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The special advisor to the minister, now GLP, country rep for GLP, Madame Christine, and UNESCO, Eric Valentine, the director in charge of schools and instruction for the Ghana Education Service, Mr. Charles Akinebia, headmasters, headmistress present, all other stakeholders present, agencies, heads, and all other persons from the private sector present, my own teachers, and my venerable students, friends from the media. I want to seize this opportunity to welcome you all to this fantastic event. The theme for the occasion is very simple, and I read: the Ghana Learning Passport, evaluating digital education sources through CENDLOS and its collaborative partners. Again, my name is Durbar. I am the Executive Director for CENDLOS. CENDLOS is an agency under the Ministry of Education, seized with the mandate to infuse technology into education. Our mandate is very simple: to mimic whatever we do in a brick-and-mortar classroom online. During COVID-19, it was CENDLOS that provided a tool called the iBox for students and teachers to study, just like we are doing in a brick-and-mortar setup. If you look at the CENDLOS digital ecosystem, we have the iBox, we have the iCampus, and we have other interventions. All of them were posited or was focused on senior high school. But if we are talking about education and to deepen the SDG 4 agenda that talks about equity, access and equity and quality, you cannot take anybody out. So it was right for us to make sure from the KG to JHS there has to be an intervention. And this is how it all started. I went to Sudan to go and deliver a speech at an NTC event, Teacher Prize Giving Day. After the speech, there was a fantastic lady by the name Agnes. She works for UNICEF. She approached me and she said there's a project that UNICEF have on board, but they are finding it difficult to implement it in the country. But he thinks, or she thinks, I can lead that project. I don't work in isolation. So I came to Accra, made it clear to the Honorable Minister for Education, the grandpapa of digital education, the Messiah of education. I told him, let's laugh for it. So, in the digital desire, he said it's a fantastic project. So let's go ahead and pilot it in Ghana so the people in basic school, KG up to JHS, could also use digital tools to study. We have something we call early desire. When it comes to digital intervention, it's good to catch them young to make sure they also become fully participants in the fourth industrial revolution, or where we call the 21st century. So immediately I was introduced by one fantastic gentleman by the name Mr. Christopher Nkrumah. Let's clap for Mr. Chris. So Mr. Chris came to CENDLOS. We had the initial meeting. But such projects, if you don't get people that share the same vision, it makes it very difficult to carry on. Everything that CENDLOS will propose, Grace will be like, that is exactly what we are looking for. So you can see that we were in consonance with almost everything. So it made the project very, very easier to implement, and it gave birth to the learning passport last year, which the Honorable Minister launched it at our conference, the National Digital Conference we had in Labani. It was very big. And at the ministry, we pilot projects. Anytime we have to implement a project, we do selection, then we pilot, we test the project with the vision to scale it up. So during the pilot, again, GES, the implementer of everything at the ministry, which is being headed by my own good friend, Dr. Eric Ikansa, selected 3 fantastic schools. That was Bauleshi, Babina, and Hacho. These schools selected them and to implement the project with the vision to expand the project. And today's event is for us to garnish data. When it comes to digital education, what you need is what we call evidence. It's a datafication project. So we need the evidence to see how we can expand the project. So today, we want all the 3 schools to give us that evidence that will inure to all of us, for all of us to see, to expand the project to other schools to also inherit it. But guess what? The time we are in calls for digital intervention. The minister made it clear that he's going to transform education, leveraging on digital means. And he made a profound statement at UN that you cannot memorize your way out of poverty, but you can innovate yourself out of poverty, even or leveraging on digital education. Recently, the government introduced what we call the Ghana Smart School Project. In there, that shows their commitment that every senior high school will receive 1 tablet. That shows that digital education has a future in Ghana. Let's clap for ourselves. So today's event is for us to get the data as I related with earlier. Let's do our best to make sure we can support this project. We cannot leave the teachers out. And the CISOs, my CISOs, they have done a good job. Let's clap for every CISO here. Whilst I'm talking about the CISOs, I cannot leave Mr. Falcon out. Let's clap for Mr. Falcon. He did all this for it to happen. And my CENDLOS team today have done a good job. To bring my speech to a close, we want every student to be fully participant in the 21st century. We want you to receive digital skills, the 4 C's. That talks about collaboration, creativity, critical thinking, and good communication skills. I know many of you are looking at me. You want to speak as I'm sitting here to speak like you. When you go out, students raise your hand, yes or no. But you need, yes, I see presenters raising their hand. But it takes a lot of creative thinking and the things we are putting on ground now so you can emulate us. We want to create a future that Ghana will believe in that future. In the words of Oliver R. Tambo, he said, and I quote, any country that fails to invest in its people through EdTech or education does not deserve its future. In Ghana, we have a visionary president and a minister who believes to invest in all of you so we can garnish productivity during some time to come. That is why we are doing that. Kofi Annan also said education is a human right. We are going to give this right to everyone to become that citizen we want. My last statement is coming from Jimmy Johnson. And he said, the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is just a little extra. If you take the extra from it, it becomes ordinary and ordinary. So now the extra made it extraordinary. So let's give the little extra everyone to make sure Learning Passport becomes a platform that will take Ghana to the next. So I believe all of you share the same vision and you want to see this happen. If anything can fail, or if anything would fail or will fail, not education. We cannot sit aloof to watch or to see education fails in the country Ghana. That is why we are doing this today. I welcome you all and thank you.